We are. All of us. We've
Yep.
assembled.
We have assembled. That's right.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been some time. It's true.
John,
It
I
has
want to hear
been.
about your convention.
Oh my god, it was that long ago.
Yeah.
Magfest was good. Got the show went good. Throwing controllers. Got to hang out with a bunch of people, chat up with them, had a fun time. Although everyone around me got sick,
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sick.
and then when we got back, Bagel got sick. So it has not been
great.
it's not been a good couple of weeks here. We as we were flying back, our cat sitter had to bring Bagel to the emergency vet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was not good.
That's very sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, he stayed overnight for 2 nights there, and now he's on like steroids, and he's got
Now
like
he's
he's got a
ripped.
stomach shape. No, unfortunately, he lost weight actually.
Oh, damn. Did you find
Yeah,
out what's wrong with him?
no, because there's
Hmm.
2 things it could be. One is uh, IBD, which is like inflamed bowel distress or something like that. It's some or disease. It's something like that. It's not IBS. It's like a worse version of it.
Okay.
A
And
cat
the other
version
is
of
it could be lymphoma.
Oh fuck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we don't know because to actually find out, they would have to do a bit of a surgery.
Yeah.
And the treatments for both are roughly the same. So we're just doing the treatment, assuming it's IBD,
Or just kind of hoping it is, yeah.
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, and we got to keep an eye on him. But
Yeah.
he's seemed fine so far. He's got most of his energy back. He's
That's
still
good.
like he's hiding underneath the couch right now. So like he's not fully 100%, but he's mostly good.
I mean, he had enough energy to break your webcam, so.
Oh my
True.
god. So he on one stream, I think it was Cookie last week, he jumped up on the shelving behind my monitor and he knocked over a lamp, a Lost from Space robot figure, one of those mini arcade cabinets, the Astro City ones, a glass orb, a power supply, like a full-on power bar, and my router.
Fuck.
Just a
Jesus.
big absolute double middle finger to you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I am amazed the router did not turn off, but I
Yeah.
think it busted my hub because I have not been able to get my camera to work the last few streams.
So you're saying is the stream didn't go down because you're a professional.
No.
Great, great. That's awesome. That's funny. I'm sure someone must have like clipped that.
Oh yeah, it wasn't on camera, thankfully, but you can definitely hear like a bang, 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 bagel.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's too bad that it wasn't on camera because it would have been fun seeing like the video feed cut out,
Yeah.
you know,
God.
with all of that. Well, sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully the cat gets better
Yeah. No kidding.
and then stops breaking shit.
Yeah.
I
Well.
hope for both of those, or at least the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part's probably not going to change ever, unfortunately.
No,
Cats be
unfortunately.
cats.
What about you, Paul? What's been up with you for the last month?
Oh, just hanging out. I did a little panic buy because I don't know if you know, but the world is falling apart and there's going to be tariffs or some bullshit. So I was like,
Terrorists, huh?
and
I haven't heard about this. Please tell me some more.
so when they were talking about that, and then Canada retaliated with being like, "Well, we're going to tariff you," I was like, "Oh no, my computer!" So I just ran onto the internet and bought my new computer, all the parts for it anyway. So I was
Ooh,
because I was like,
has it shown up?
no, well, so it was going to be for the new 50 series of the GeForce cards, right, that are coming out and came out. The 90 and 80 have come out, but I've been looking at the 70 Ti specifically, which doesn't come out for another week. So, but I was like, screws paying like $1,000 extra in tariffs, basically. I'm just going to order everything I can right now. And then they were like,
Losing money not upgrading my computer.
to be
right
honest, yeah, because if I had upgraded my computer with tariffs, it would have probably been another $800 to $1,000, just like because of
Yeah.
tariffs, right?
What why that card specifically and not the other ones?
Because it's the new one. Like, I just need to upgrade cards, and why would I do like a 40 whatever when the 50, 70?
No, I mean because you said not the 80 and the 90, you wanted the
Oh,
70.
because for the amount more that you're paying, the performance you're getting is like, I didn't feel that the ratio was correct. You're getting more performance, obviously, but it's also like
Thought the value
2 to
was
3
better
times
with
the price.
70.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
So
this,
which model did you say you got?
I haven't yet because they're not out till next week. The 5070 and the 70 Ti, which are about as powerful as the 4090 currently,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
but for like a third of the price of the 4090.
What
Which
are you
is-
upgrading from?
I'm upgrading from a 2080.
Okay, and because I upgraded my computer like last year to I think I have a 4060, and you couldn't let me be in first.
I mean, I was way behind. Like from two to five. That's how many years I've been behind, basically, right? So
I did a pretty similar jump though, because I was at a 10 series to the 40.
yeah,
series,
you did.
So
I think arguably the exact same amount of time jump.
mhm. Yeah,
So
Oh.
no,
that's
it's
cool. So
it's substantial.
next show you're gonna have a new computer and you're gonna look totally different.
Well, next
Gonna
show.
be his VTuber model's gonna be upgraded.
Yeah.
Next show, I will be probably bitching about not being able to get a 5070 because of scalpers. So I'm hoping that I'm able to actually
That
get
might
in and
also be
buy
a
one.
problem. Yeah.
You haven't ordered it yet.
No, I can't. I'm
Oh, I
signed up
assumed
for the
you
wait
had
list.
done some like kind of like pre-order thing, so like when they're live they send it or whatever. That's what I thought.
No, I'm waiting for them to tell me that I can order it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no way you're getting this thing. It's gonna get scalped to hell.
Totally. Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Good luck.
Right now, I'm at the point where like I want the 70 Ti specifically. I will settle for the normal base 5070 though, if that's all that's left. Like I'm okay with that. And then if I'm not okay with that, I will have to start making the decision of, do I pay extra money for the 4080, even though like I didn't want to originally, if I can find one.
I mean, at that point, you just like drive across the border,
Right.
buy one.
Yeah, no, like it.
Because for like $800, I mean, for that, yeah, you could easily like drive across the border and back.
Easily.
And the gas would be way
It would be
cheaper than
it would
that.
be a full day, but like it wouldn't. Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
worth
but
it
you
probably.
wouldn't even pay like
that would
half
be
that in gas.
insane, though. That even is a thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably looking at close to like 10 to 12 hours of driving. I don't know what the first city you'd hit that would have like a Best Buy or something, but I'm just assuming it's probably 3 hours from the
How far
border.
is Helena from?
I don't know.
That might be
so
the
that's what I'm
first
saying.
major city.
Yeah, but there's got to be some. Yeah, maybe. I don't even know. I'm gonna look this up. Let's see.
Yeah.
Calgary to Helena.
Yeah, but anyways, the tariff thing just like kicked me into overdrive, and I literally logged on that night and just spent a bunch of money, and I felt horrible for it because I hate spending money.
So Calgary to Helena is 6 hours, so it is about 3
Yeah.
on either side. However, Spokane looks closer.
I've done that drive to
So it's-
Spokane before. I've
Oh, no,
gone there.
Spokane for some reason takes longer,
Yeah,
way longer. So even though it is like closer as like the crow flies,
yeah,
it is not. It is not.
because you
closer.
have to.
I'm just wondering if there is, like, I wish there was a way to just be like, what's the closest Best Buy across the border?
Yeah,
There are some smaller towns, and they must have like a. I don't even know what the equivalent of it. It's like a Target or something. I don't even know
Yeah.
if they sell.
Sorry, probably
Cards
wouldn't have
on them.
them. No.
I mean,
Yeah.
the website might have them or something, but then yeah, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, we'll see how that goes. I've already got some of the parts in. They're in boxes in the living room
I mean,
right
if
now.
this tariff thing's going to be a thing for the next 4 years, maybe just in like Shelby, Montana, you set up like a PO box and just
Yeah.
start shipping electronics to it, and then just pick them up every few months.
Yeah. I mean, if the tariffs become a thing, like obviously a lot of us are just going to start buying stuff that's local for that reason. The problem is
I don't know, I
finding
think there's,
computer
like, a small
parts and
business
stuff.
here. You could be like you could shepherd these into Calgary, like just
And then take a
smuggle them
major
across
loss
the
on them.
border.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Well, no, you hike up the price a little bit, but less than the tariff would be.
But I have to offset the tariff because I would have to pay the tariff,
with
which is what the
Oh, I see
issue
what you're
is,
saying.
right?
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So like theoretically, our importers could import things and then just not charge what they're paying on the tariff and lose money if they wanted to. They would be heroes, but they would
Famous business strategy.
they would die as heroes, yeah. So anyways, like gaming wise, that's kind of my big thing right now. And it's also put this weird question mark over my head because Monster Hunter Wilds is like 8 days after I'll know if I have a 5070 or not. So like I guess I'm just gonna last minute purchase that either on PS5 or PC, depending on how the week before goes.
Okay. And you just have like a shitty baseline PS5, right? So it's like why
Yeah,
would you even
but to
bother
be
at that
fair,
point?
every compared to like the PC version for some of these games, a lot like every PS5 version is the shitty version, which is
Sure.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Clearly, you need to buy a PS5 Pro
it
right
wouldn't.
now,
Yeah, I don't think it'd even matter.
and then get ready and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been cheaper. I'll tell you that by a lot. Ugh. Yeah.
All right. All right. Quick little housekeeping before we get into the show. Paul and I recorded our movies TV show of the year episode for the patrons. So that's over on the Patreon. If you're already a subscriber, you already have that. Since the last time we like put something up on that feed,
A year.
they allowed
basically.
they introduced the feature where you can just sell posts individually.
That's a great feature.
Yeah, so I toggled that on. So if for some reason you don't want to subscribe to the Patreon, but you want to buy that episode, that's an option. I don't know. Maybe this interests you. But anyways, we like a big 2-hour episode about our favorite, least favorite episodes, or not episodes, TV shows and movies. All I'm gonna say is Borderlands. We talked about that for a while.
That got some
where we
talk.
talked about it. Yeah.
Oh,
but
that's
Borderlands.
definitely a favorite. There's no questioning that.
Yep. Movie of the year, Borderlands.
It is on a list. Yep.
It is definitely on both of our lists. We bring up Borderlands.
You know what? I'll say that we agreed pretty heavily on that one too. We agreed pretty heavily.
As our favorite game, both our favorite game and movie of last year.
It was the best of something.
The movie.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, this is the top down perspective for February 13th. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
When you're listening to the audio version of this, I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck.
John Wheeler.
I guess let's start with Paul with what you've been playing.
So recently a game came out called Ender Magnolia, which I've been wanting to play, but more importantly, it reminded me that I really still wanted to get to Ender Lilies, the first in the series of the Ender saga, whatever you want to call it, the Ender series. So I played through that, and that game is incredible. Holy shit, I love that game so much. It's a Metroidvania that
is this the new one you were trying to get to?
The new one came out like this month sometime, right? Like 2 weeks ago maybe or something.
It was in early access, wasn't it? I thought Ender Magnolia.
It was in early access, yeah, but it officially released recently.
I thought I remember you saying something. Maybe this was on like Blue Sky, where you're like, "I'm getting ready for the new one."
Yeah, this is the.
So are we
this
talking
is the first
about the
one.
new one, or is this is the old one? Okay.
Yeah, so I did 100% completion on it. It's just one of those games where it's just like, so that world is so tragic, like it's so like Dark Soulsy, and that everything that's happening is just like horrible, and everything is bad for these people or whatever, and you're kind of like this last ray of hope, and there's different endings where maybe like some bad stuff happens to you too, but the boss fights are very, very good. The movement stuff eventually becomes pretty cool. I think it looks great, and the music is some of the best music I've heard in video games in a long time. Like, it's easily one of those things where if we had like a best music category, which in 2021 I think we did actually. One of the years we definitely had like a best sound or best music or something. That probably would have won it hands down if it was that year. The music is incredible. Yeah, that's just a really, really cool 2D Metroidvania if you like this kind of like tragic world building stuff that's going on, where a blight basically affected this place and you're kind of learning people's stories and then using their like spirits to help you fight through stuff or whatever. It's cool. It's a great game.
So you're moving right into the new one then?
I kind of want to, but I also don't want to burn out on Metroidvania stuff either. Like, I've been just kind of poking around at a bunch of random stuff right now. I tried that I didn't write it down here, but what was the name of it even? Urban Myth Disillusion Center came out the other night. So I tried that yesterday. In fact, I think it was yesterday that came out. And that's just kind of like a visual novel of you play a girl that can see what you think are ghosts, and you find out they're actually like you have like some clairvoyance powers or whatever, and you use them to kind of figure out like mysteries or whatever. It's an investigation game where you're kind of figuring out what urban legend is happening there. The problem is that it's kind of overwritten, and the tutorial took like about 90 minutes to get through, and is by the end of that I was just like, eh. Like, the writing's okay, it isn't great, but there is so much writing and so much exposition, and they just like hit you so much with a bunch of stuff that's like, yeah, I kind of don't care about a lot of this. So too bad, because I think that game looks cool, but it's just not for me. So I actually refunded that. I feel a little bit bad about it, but not for me.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Wilds. That's all I'm doing right now.
Sure. John, anything you want to talk about?
The only game I've really been playing, I guess, right now I'm playing Hatch Tales, a heroic hookshot adventure. This is done by the devs who did Mutant Muds.
Ooh,
so this is a 2e, I think. So, and funny enough, like, you can unlock Mutant Mud stages in the game. But yeah, it's just like a fun little platformer, collectathon. Like, we have a grappling hook that you can use to zip around the stage, and you have to do like for specific platforming and stuff like that. There's little power-ups you can get and everything. It's a fun little time.
Nice.
Cool.
But otherwise, I've barely done any gaming on my free time in the last month. I'm still doing Spirit Tracks on stream for game clearing. We're almost done that. I really wish that game did not control with the stylus. That's my biggest bummer about it. The actual game itself is pretty good. There's some things to complain about. Like, I don't like the travel mechanic of just having to actually just wait for the train to get where you need to go. But, like, I also didn't like Wind Waker for that, so I'm not surprised.
Sure.
Yeah, if it wasn't for, like, I hate how kind of weird the stylus controls are, but, like, they do a couple cool ideas. Like, Zelda can be a separate character to help you get through stuff. You can like trace out where your boomerang goes and stuff like that. There's a couple cool things about it, and there's other things where I'm like, oh, I hate this. So it's all right.
Okay.
The only other thing I guess I've done of note that was outside was I started using my VR headset for exercising.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So when I did the sponsor back in December, they gave me a MetaQuest 3S, and they got me to do Fit XR, which was like their exercise game, where they have like virtual like scanned like coaches and stuff like that tell you how to do certain things. It's basically like they give you stretches to do, they give you like boxing exercises doing stuff like that. So I started doing that, and both A, it's a good workout, and B, I'm out of shape.
Okay.
Because I did an exercise, and then for the last 3 days my shoulders have hurt.
Sure. Yeah.
That'll happen. Sure.
Yeah. So
that's good.
Eventually I will be in shape. It just may take a while.
And you don't find like getting sweaty with the headset to be just like weird?
I mean, it's annoying, sure, but like I'm gonna get in the shower right after.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, because I haven't done VR exercise, and when I exercise, I get sweaty, and the idea of having the headset on just seems rough. I don't know.
I mean, I have this. So I have the spacer on because I have glasses on, so like that hasn't really fogged up.
All right.
But like, I mean, see, obviously it's like a felt. Yeah, it's like a felt foam material, which I think is meant to also not kind of get too much sweat or anything on it, but like it does feel weird on your face when you're getting sweaty.
Okay.
Like when I went upstairs and like looked at myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, my face is real red in exactly where the headset was.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm glad it's working for you. Good job. Stick with it.
I will try, provided my body cooperates.
Yeah.
Okay, I can finally talk about Avowed. As the embargo has lifted, I've been playing Avowed for the last week and a half-ish.
Okay.
Avowed is cool. If you're kind of looking for like a new Skyrim because Elder Scrolls 6 is a way off, and you're tired of playing Skyrim on every platform, I think Avowed is like a really good one to jump into. It's on Game Pass, which helps. I think the writing is pretty good. It's Obsidian. Honestly, the only thing I have negative to say about it is that there's this weird design decision where every time you get to a new area, they highly recommend you upgrade your gear. Not only because like the enemies will be harder, like so they'll take less damage from you, and they'll do more damage to you, but they will even say there'll be a tooltip when you're looking at your gear of there will be just a straight % stat like buff against you if you don't have the same gear as them. So it's not
weird.
So it's literally just like we are going to like push you down. It is going to be hard unless you upgrade. And what's annoying is every time you get to a new area, obviously things cost more, and you like never have enough gold to upgrade your gear. So you kind of always have to grind, which sucks. But if you don't, you're gonna really struggle.
That's weird. That's like an old MMO mechanic of like, in this area things are so high level that like not only can you not hit them, but they will do double damage with like what? Like, I get not being able to like kill them, but why is it way harder?
Like, yeah, like it was odd because I had ignored it originally, and I was just like doing the side quests and stuff, and even while you're fighting, your companions will they have like call outs where they'll be like, you need better armor, we need to get you a better weapon, and they'll just keep doing it until you get better gear. And I was like, holy shit, like what is going on? And then I finally found that tooltip, and I'm like, I really do need more gear. But I was like, well, I can buy a new sword. It'll be all the money I've collected so far in this entire game.
Yeah.
And then I should probably try to double that because I also need new armor as well.
Yeah.
So at some point it was just like, well, I guess I'm just going to like, the pro tip I think is do the bounties. That's an easy way to get a lot of money really quickly. However, bounties require you to fight hard enemies. So it's kind of this chicken and egg scenario of, it's like at some point you are going to have to hit your head as hard as you can against this wall, and that's the only option. And good luck. And once you've finally broken through the wall, it'll get easy until you get to the next area. So it's a weird design decision, and they keep doing it. I'm only in the second area, so I've ran into this scenario twice. When I got to the first area, and then again immediately when I got to the second area. It's odd, but other than that, I like the quests are fun. I'm enjoying the dialogue trees, and you can really mix up like, if am I gonna talk my way through this? Am I gonna fight my way through this? And you can definitely do that, and that's pretty cool as well. So I'm liking it. I'm liking the companions and the character interactions. In fact, the first companion you get, this fish dude, he's voiced by the guy who did Garrus. So
yeah, okay.
In my head canon, I'm just hanging out with Garrus again because it's just like that voice, which I haven't heard that dude since Garrus. I don't know what he's been up to, but that was just awesome. That was tickling my nostalgia bones for sure. So that's very cool. Mass Effect fans should pay attention, I guess. But there's even a lot of kind of Mass Effect in here. You have the whole like ability wheel to call out your companions' abilities and such like that. So it's cool. I'm really enjoying it. The other thing I'll say is that I'm playing it in third person, which I feel like is kind of like blasphemous for like a Skyrim like.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, but that's just me. Like, I prefer it in third person.
Sure.
I find it's easier with the combat when you have like a whole bunch of enemies to kind of see them all, and also because you can see your equipment and your armor on your person. I get to see that when I get a new gear. First person, I wouldn't get to see like the armor I'm wearing and such and whatnot. So I know we're seeing people in the chat have played Skyrim in third person. Yeah, so it's not just me. There's dozens of us out there.
Yeah.
Who prefer third person.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's cool. That game comes out next week on Game Pass.
On Tuesday,
so if you're a subscriber, you should check it out.
Yeah. The only thing I have against that game at all is I don't like any game that does if you buy it, you get it 5 days early sort of. Like, I just don't like that for any game. So if that's the biggest problem I have right now, then I'm fine. I'll play it.
Are they doing that? I'm assuming. I mean, well,
yeah, because
every game does that.
Yeah, Indiana Jones did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when every single game does it.
That's just video games now.
Yeah, and I hate it. It's
what
garbage.
I don't like about that is when they call it early access, because that means something else, and it's like, just come up with a different phrase. Like,
words just don't mean anything anymore in this industry. They just don't mean anything.
Words mean things, and sometimes people are just like, "No, I'm good."
Like beta. No beta. Nothing that is called a beta
that means
is
something
actually
else
beta.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, something like, call it like early unlock or something. But like, stop saying early access, because that was established first.
Yes, agreed.
So, yeah, I'm assuming if there is an early access period for this, it's probably like tomorrow or something then, because they usually.
No, I think it was today.
It's today.
Because I thought I saw tweets about it.
Yeah, it
Well,
released
today was when the embargo went up, so that's when
And
all
that's
the
when it
reviews
released.
No,
and
I mean
stuff
I
came out?
also saw that it said today the early access thing goes up.
Okay,
like it's out right now
if
if you pay for it.
you
Pay for the access
bonus
for it.
edition
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I have 2 companions so far. I think I'm about to get a third. I want to say there's 4 companions based on this one menu I was looking at. It also seems like a really big game because once I got to the second area and they kind of showed me like the whole map, I was like, I don't even think I'm like a quarter of this map. Like this is huge. So I have a feeling this is going to be a long RPG, which is great because I wasn't already playing Metaphor, and after having just done Dragon Age.
Are you still playing Metaphor?
Yeah.
Or did it get put down for some other
I
stuff?
put another handful of hours into it before my
Okay.
trip, and then I went on my trip, and then it came back to Avowed. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's installed. It's still installed. So
Yeah,
I can
it's
tell you
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. But I have not played it for a month or so. I did, however, and I mentioned this last week. I was playing Lonely Mountain downhill ski hill snow riders. Finished that 100%. Did every single thing in that game. So
Okay.
that's awesome.
Cool.
The Lonely Mountain games are awesome. People should play those. All right, let's do some news.
Yeah.
Some interesting stuff happened this week, but let's start with the Sony State of Play. Something I didn't think was that interesting. Did anyone watch this live stream?
I did.
I watched the video of it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, cool. Well, why don't we just call out some things that might have interested us? John, please start us off.
I can't remember the name of the majority of the games, but I guess I can say the new Shinobi looks really good.
Hell yeah, let's go. Looks so good.
Done by the Streets of Rage 4 devs. Looks like a real fun time. Can't tell if it's just a linear platformer or it's a Metroidvania. It seems like it might be kind of in between.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Paul, did you watch this, or is there anything that you're scrolling through that you want to call out?
I did watch it, and yeah, I'm just scrolling through here. Hell is Us. I need that thing. It looks so good.
Okay.
The Death Stranding looking game.
For a sec I thought it was Death Stranding, but no, it's not.
Yeah.
Tides of Annihilation. That one looked good.
Oh, Tides of Annihilation. Yeah, okay. I want to call out, we finally got the first gameplay of the Lies of P DLC Overture.
Looks cool.
It's coming this summer, and I love the Lies of P, so I will happily play some more of that.
Sure. Yeah, it looks cool.
I'm going to call out Mind's Eye, the new game from the Benz. Leslie Benzies, one of the original lead developers on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that looks cool.
Studio, so Mind's Eye looks very cool.
I thought Darwin's Paradox looked cute too.
Okay,
yeah, that was neat for what they showed.
Yeah.
Yeah, platformer, that one did look cool.
I'll definitely play that.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Metal Gear Solid Delta for something they did not show in the PlayStation 1. So in the PlayStation 1 at the end of it, they showed Snake versus Monkey is back.
Yep.
But the Xbox trailer couldn't do that because that's a Sony property. So instead it's gonna be Snake versus Bomberman.
That's hilarious. That's so good.
Actually, I don't think they showed anything other than Bomberman silhouette, so I just want to know what that is.
Yeah, so which version are you gonna get, John?
I mean, I have a Bomberman allegiance, so it's gonna be Xbox.
Okay. Interesting.
That's great.
I'm gonna call out the Days Gone No, I'm not. I'm gonna call
please
out.
don't.
Who asked for that? That's what I want to know. Who was
the
chomping
devs?
at the bit?
The devs did.
Yeah.
You know what actually is noteworthy about that one though is it's doing the $10 upgrade thing, and I remember Sony saying we're not doing this anymore.
Interesting.
So,
I can't believe Sony would lie.
I'm gonna call it Saros, the successor to Returnal from Housemark.
It seems it could be cool. Need some gameplay. Looks good.
I like kind of anything Housemark does. Yeah. Returnal was such a cool idea, and then this is like the extension of that. So like I am very interested.
Yeah. For me, the last big one I'll say, like all of them I thought looked kind of okay or whatever. Like there was no real stinker to me. But Directive 8020 Dark Picture game, yeah.
Yeah, new Dark Pictures, I'm always down.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yep.
Silly FMV adjacent co-op. Let's do it.
In space now. I love it.
This time, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll real quickly say, like, I'm so excited for Split Fiction.
Yeah, that one looks good for sure.
Me too. That's coming out kind of
Lost
soon.
Soul Aside, I kind of liked.
It looked neat too. Yeah.
Oh, that one looked really cool from one person.
That.
Oh, was that a single solo dev? I thought it was just like
Yeah.
that was the Chinese dev one.
Yeah.
The way they said it was from a solo dev, so I wasn't sure if that meant one studio or one guy. I thought they kind of implied one person, which kind of blew my mind.
If that's the case, then yeah, that game looks bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lost Soul Aside looks very Stellar Bladey, which I'm super into. Just dumb anime bullshit. I'm so in. Holy shit.
It did very look like this is like a Chinese studio kind of doing this. Even like yeah. Anyway, yeah, those are all my highlights. Anyone else have a highlight, or we'll move on?
Sonic Racing looks like it'll be good. I was surprised they even had anything on Onimusha 2, considering it's not out until like next year.
Well, it's a remake of the original.
The new Onimusha, not the
Way of the Sword. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that, because that gameplay in Way of the Sword trailer definitely looked more like a slow game, not as much hack and slashy. So we'll see. We'll have to see. I'm wondering how people that love Onimusha feel about that trailer. That's kind of what I'm wondering.
All right. Astro Bot. It's getting more stages. Who's excited?
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Why wouldn't you do that?
Yep.
That thing's great.
Yeah.
First one's today. I already beat
it.
Oh,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep. Every Thursday for the next 5 weeks, new stages. They're like hard style, kind of like the face button stages. They're short, but they're like
really
difficult.
I thought they were just more speed run. Now I'm actually excited. Holy shit.
I mean, well, this one, like, because of like the challenge, you do kind of need to be running through them, but they're not like big exploration-y ones. No, they're not.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, so that's exciting. And then just kind of a part 2 here is that PlayStation said that because of the success of Astro, they're going to start looking into more like family games. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Indeed.
Yeah.
I do think someone should like take a run at like Nintendo for like the family friendly company. Nintendo like has the market on that, so why isn't anyone else doing anything? So
totally agreed.
All right, this next story I thought was super interesting. This comes from Bloomberg. Obviously, Jason Schreier wrote it. He did kind of a breakdown on what is happening with WB Games, and like where their studio's at, with an emphasis on what's up with that Wonder Woman game.
Yeah,
it's been in development for a while. There's a big long read. I think I really like this read. If anyone wants to see the full article, it's titled "Warner Brothers Video Game Division Faces Thin Slate, Leadership Uncertainties, and Wonder Woman Issues." So he goes in and talks about what's been going on with Wonder Woman. I guess a few years back it got rebooted. They were trying to work on because it's Monolith, they were trying to do the Nemesis system, but that wasn't working. Sounds like it's turning into more of kind of a God of War, which that kind of just makes sense for what I would think of for a Wonder Woman game. Yeah. They go into like how Hogwarts Legacy is doing, where the Lego franchises are. But what I also thought was super interesting is he does a breakdown at the end of the article on where all the studios under WB Games are doing, like what they're currently working on, what they've been trying to work on. And I thought that was super interesting, and I think we should go through these.
Okay.
The first one is Monolith Productions. And just to remind you, Monolith, they did the Middle-earth games. This is where the Nemesis system came from. So for a while, they were trying to work on something else, and DC and Warner Brothers was like, maybe do something Game of Thrones, blah, blah, blah. And they ended up landing on Wonder Woman. And like I said, they've been working on that game for 7 years. It's been tossed out and rebooted at least once. Now Wonder Woman's fate remains in question, according to people familiar with the business, because of challenges following the changes in Monolith's leadership and issues surrounding the game's technologies. So who knows what's happening with the Wonder Woman one.
Right? Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
The next one is WB Games, which you'll remember as the developer who did Arkham Origins.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Montreal?
Yeah, Montreal.
Yes, WB Games Montreal. You're right. Mm-hmm. Yes. So they went on to do Gotham Knights, as we know,
Yep.
which
Which
didn't
did.
really. It kind of got mediocre reviews, tepid sales. It said here. Apparently, their next pitch was to do a Gotham Knights 1.5, where they
Huh?
addressed concerns and re-released Gotham Knights.
Huh?
That was shot down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understandably. Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
is that not a crazy idea?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's like tone deaf.
um,
Like, why?
it is
Yeah.
seemingly weird. Like, I understand sometimes, we kind of look at management as like the bad guys, but I do think someone with like a good head on their shoulders stepped in and said the appropriate, no, you're not making Gotham Knights 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, they also pitched a John Constantine game, which that got shot down. And then after
Yeah.
a few months of kind of going back and forth, um, they started working on a game. They were trying to look at something more recognizable as either a Joker or Flash game. But when the 2023 Flash movie came out and bombed at the box office, that idea was scrapped.
Sure. Yeah.
Not
Since
surprising, I guess.
they've kind of just been made a support studio for the other WB Games ones. Okay, Avalanche Software, they put out Hogwarts Legacy, which at the moment is WB's games like Golden Goose.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this. It was the highest selling game of that year. The same year Elden Ring came out, Hogwarts Legacy sold more.
Okay.
So they've been working on that. However, Harry Potter's not doing incredible for WB because they put out that Quidditch game last year, which
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
terrible for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I didn't even realize that even came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
that
neither.
came out in September. I mean, that wasn't developed by them, but Warner Brothers did publish that.
Mm.
At the moment, Avalanche is now working on new content for Hogwarts Legacies as well as a sequel, and kind of making a modern version of that. Okay, so that brings us to Rocksteady. Obviously, the Arkham developers, they just did Suicide Squad. What was interesting in this article is that Schreier points out, we had the idea that Suicide Squad and the live service element of it was kind of mandated on them, but it turns out Rocksteady chose to do that and pitch that. They wanted to do a live
Ew.
service game, which is you wouldn't think was the case. But that did come from like internally from the studio. So you can't put it all on the publisher as the pattern usually goes, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, since Suicide Squad, and this is the bummer, they are now working on a new Batman single player game that is years away at this moment time. Which I don't know I'm curious were your guys' feelings on that? I just think that's just kind of like not as interesting. Like they've done 3 of those. I'm kind of good for Batman. I would have liked something else, but it almost seems like, well, let's just pivot back to the safe bet. We know Batman will sell. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm excited
I
because
mean,
I
I
like those
don't think you're
games.
wrong.
I want more of it, so I'm okay with this, personally.
I would like to see them do Superman because I know there was rumors they had been working on that, but it's kind of a bummer. Like I'm happy to see another Batman game by them, but I do wish they were doing another IP.
Yeah.
If this means that
Anyway,
studio can keep working, I'm 100% for it because I will definitely buy that.
for sure, absolutely. Like the last thing I want is anyone to be losing their jobs
Of
over
course.
this.
Yeah, of course.
I just feel like another Batman game. Like I hope it's different. Like are we just gonna get like the Batman combat again, and this time Gotham's even bigger, and now the Batmobile tank is faster. Like I just feel like it kind of got to a conclusion. Like I'm good after Arkham Knight. I'm good with this. I don't need this anymore.
I would like something smaller and
this.
contained like Asylum again. Like something with some actual vision in what you're doing in it and not just we have to go bigger. But I know that that's not how it's going to be.
Yeah, that's not the pattern. I agree with you. I think Asylum was the best one, but I don't know how you pitch like, all right, we're doing Batman, and this time there's less places to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
If anything,
what
it
you
needs to
do
be like
again.
an open world at this point, and you can go anywhere, and it's
I
Elden
mean,
Ring,
but
but you're Batman.
they already did that multiple times though. That's City and Night.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying is like I don't want this, but like I don't know what you do. Yeah. Anyway, I thought this was an extremely interesting article. Obviously, I didn't touch on every single thing they went into or that Jason went into, so I do highly recommend reading this if you're kind of interested in some behind the scenes stuff. Um, I'm so curious what's going to happen with Wonder Woman. Like they've been working on it for so long. Like, yeah, I'm curious.
Yep.
There was let me try and find this one quote because there was okay. So going back to Monolith and the Wonder Woman game, because again they had the Nemesis system.
Mm-hmm.
An initial version of Wonder Woman tried reimagining the Nemesis system with the game's namesake heroine befriending enemies, but that idea has since been tossed out in favor of a more traditional action-adventure game. Yeah, like what would that have even been? Like I'm just curious.
The Lasso of Truth, so I guess they would have done something with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll do something with the Lasso of Truth. Yeah, just curious. But I thought this was a great breakdown, and I loved getting to kind of see what all the studios are doing because they have it was weird. Gotham Knights 1.5. Gotham Knights 1.5.
So funny,
That's
dude.
insane.
That's so funny.
I kind of wish they had gone forward with it because that would be so funny.
That you know what, that has kind of the same energy as like re-releasing
Morbius in theaters.
Morbius in the theaters. That's
We can do it
exactly
again.
what I couldn't
Yeah.
remember
Oh my
his name.
god.
Yeah. What if we just put it out again?
Yeah.
Okay, and this next one is one of the crazier stories I've just kind of seen recently, so I thought this was worth bringing up. I guess there was an iOS version of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition.
Yes, I seem to vaguely remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was out for 3 weeks. It's now being pulled and it's dead. So hey, it beat Concord. But let me read you why it's getting pulled.
Okay.
All right, as of January 24th, we have been receiving reports of customers unable to access the additional content they purchased for the iOS version of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. This issue extends to the full paid version of the game, which allows users to play through all dungeons. The issue is due to changes made to the in-app purchase model. Further investigation revealed that we are unable to completely fix the bug and implement the new changes, making it unlikely to resume service for the game. Thus, we must regretfully announce that we will end support for the iOS version of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. So they encountered some bug relating to the in-app purchase model, and because they couldn't fix it, the game is dead now.
Fully realized released game, but because they can't squeeze you and monetize you properly, they're just going to pull it completely. Sick.
I'm curious, like, what this bug is. Like,
yeah,
why can't this get fixed? Like, what is this game-breaking bug where they were like, well, at this point, let's just nuke the entire thing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is this not wild?
I love that.
Is insane.
I love that the only reply to this post on Blue Sky is they should bring back Record Keeper. It's like, yeah, that guy knows.
To be fair, Record Keeper was fun. That was a good time.
They know.
Just hey, never a dull moment with video games. So,
yep.
That was a new one. All right, that's gonna do it for news. Let's do some questions. popdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, John's PO Box are all ways you can send questions in. This first one comes from Suku, who writes, "What would your wrestling name be?"
I don't know. Is there like a rule to that? Like, isn't there like, you know how they say like,
yeah, it's like your favorite food, and then you got to take your second initial, and I don't know.
Yeah, exactly that sort of thing, which is actually just how like hackers get your information to like reset passwords. Basically, it's like the street you grew up in and your first pet. That's what your stripper name
What's your
is.
wrestling name?
Yeah.
John, I feel like you are someone who has picked out the wrestling name.
I mean, to be fair, I've got Proton John, so I could just do the Proton.
Totally.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So my finisher's the Proton Press.
Okay. Yep. It's pretty good.
Proton Press, or I was thinking something about like splitting the atom, like Hadron Collider kind of thing.
Oh, you know what? That's a good one too. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. My name, Bonesaw. Has that one been taken? Can I take Bonesaw? And then I'll do like a Bonesaw.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't know what my full. I
I've
would probably
never
put
thought of
masked in
this.
there. I'd probably the masked something. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, something masked. Yeah.
The problem is then you gotta always have a mask on, and you
That's
eventually
okay.
gonna get exhausted of that.
Maybe that's like part of like the storyline. Is at one point he takes the mask off, but there's a second mask. Oh,
Sure.
They've done that before, though.
I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they have. I don't watch wrestling, so.
Yeah, I don't know for me. Honestly, I've never thought about this before. I don't particularly like wrestling anyway.
Okay.
Ombre de Trauma 7 writes, if the Switch 2 wasn't called like that, what would have been the best and worst options on Nintendo's arsenal?
I still really like Super Switch.
That's probably the only one I would have been like, yeah, that one works.
Super Switch is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I was fine with Switch Pro when we had those rumors a few years back.
Mm-hmm. Anything if they went back to the Wii thing would have been awful.
Switch?
Switch. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, God. Oh, I threw up a little bit in my mouth hearing that.
Worst would have been Switch U. There's no way they would have done that.
Switch U would be bad, yeah.
That would literally show they never learned a single thing from what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Phantom says, choose any single-player franchise you like. Now you have to recommend which entry would be the best starting point for that newcomer. Is that entry point also considered your favorite installment in the same franchise? If yes, why would you have them start at what you consider the highest point in the series? If no, what makes it a good entry point?
Interesting. So the first one that came to my mind was Streets of Rage for some reason.
Okay.
And I would say just play the new one. Streets of Rage 4 is very fun. And it would not be my favorite, but that's because I have nostalgia for Streets of Rage 2 specifically. It makes a good entry point because it is easily available on everything. Sure.
In that scenario, though, do you think that as they play more of them, they'd be getting worse?
I don't know. I personally like Streets of Rage 1 a lot.
Okay.
The only thing that's worse is that they're stiffer to control, but like it's pretty similar in a lot of ways, all of them. So you'd be okay, I think, going back.
I understand the idea of like, why would you have them start with the high point and then they're going to play a bunch of like worse games going on? But I think if you can hook them and they like it enough to want to play more, they'll keep going.
Totally.
Because I think the inverse of that is maybe you get them like the second best one or somewhere kind of in the middle, and now you're trying to commit them to multiple games, and that's just a lot to do.
I got another easy one. This is a super softball easy one. The Metal Gear franchise. Start with Snake Eater. It's arguably one of the best ones in almost every way, except like it's old control wise. They have a
remake. Wait until August 28th.
They have a remake coming out this year, and it is the start of the story for that whole thing.
That's a good one. I mean, that was the first one I played. So
it's easy. It's like the easiest one to recommend.
That is an easy one, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pick God of War.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you to start with the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah. I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's going to be so hard going back to the older ones, though, because they're so different.
That's kind of the thing, is it's almost like two different games.
Yeah.
I would probably say 2018 probably is my favorite one. I mean, I like Valhalla as well, too, but 2018 was just so new and cool. Mm-hmm. And from there, I'd be like, probably then play Valhalla, because if you liked it, you'll like Valhalla. And then I don't care if you played the first ones. That's up to you.
Yeah.
It might as well be a different thing.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Obviously start with God of War, that spin-off one with the multiplayer. And then it can only go up from there. What was that one even called?
Ascension?
Yes.
Ascension. There we go.
It was Ascension.
And then you got to play both the PSP ones. And yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Aegis. He means Ragnarok. But Valhalla specifically was this thing he liked from Ragnarok.
Wait, what's Valhalla? Is that the DLC?
Yes. But that's
okay.
The thing that you stronger.
I did mean Ragnarok, yes.
Yeah.
Valhalla's good too. Play that DLC.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, so first off, you play 2018, then you play Ragnarok, then you play the first trilogy, then you play Valhalla because it's him reckoning with his past self.
Yeah. This is some like Star Wars bullshit going on here. It's like, no, you got to do it in this order.
Yeah, and you got to stop this movie halfway through, and then you got to watch these ones. Then you come back. Yeah.
This is the forgiveness order.
Yeah. I'll give John a specific one for this. Where would you start with Ninja Gaiden, and is it your favorite?
Oh, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, that's fair. You're gonna get fucked no matter where you start.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, like man, like if it depends because there's 2D and 3D. So if you want 2D, just honestly, both 2D and 3D, just start with the first one because you know what to expect. Because one's pretty forgiving. Two I would argue is a bit better and more interesting, but I personally like one. For 3D, Ninja Gaiden 2 is way faster than Ninja Gaiden 1 and a lot more hectic and bloodthirsty, and Ninja Gaiden 3 is just not eh. So, yeah, 1's probably the better way to start because it eases you in better. So,
I'm going to selfishly ask you another question because we didn't talk about this when it came out. Gaiden 2 Black came out recently.
Yep.
Gaiden Black, like 1, I always had a hard time playing through because I hate how the camera and movement in that game is. Do they fix my issues with that in Black 2 because it's a new like engine or whatever? If you know.
Did you play Ninja Gaiden 2?
No, because I bounced off of 1 back then, right?
Okay, like, so what was your main issue with how 1 controlled? I'm trying to remember even how the camera works in 1. Isn't it just standard right stick control?
Yeah, but it has that like old video game problem of if you get too close to a wall, it just like screws everything up, and the movement is kind of weird with it as well.
In Ninja Gaiden 2, because I was playing Black 2 last night, they kind of fade. They'll fade walls around, so that it gets a little bit easier. It's not as much like camera scrunching. There's still some, but it's not nearly as much.
Gotcha.
But okay. it otherwise controls pretty similarly.
Okay.
I mean, you can just try Black. It's on Game Pass. Just try Black 2, see if you like it. But I'll warn you, it is a lot faster paced than Ninja Gaiden 1 is. Like, a lot.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Dead writes, once the Switch 2 releases, giving rising development costs, do you think most third-party AAA developers, e.g. EA with Madden, will make games which baseline to Switch 2 and scale up to PS5?
No.
I think so either.
Yeah, probably not.
EA's always had a weird relationship with Nintendo anyways, where they're like, yeah, sometimes we'll make something for you.
Yeah.
I mean, the Switch had a lot of third-party support at the beginning, and then when the gap kind of formed, there was less so. But I would assume the Switch 2 would close that gap a bit again. But I think it's just going to be pretty similar to them producing like for every single video card that's on the market, is they're just going to have to kind of have a scaled down version and a higher version. And this will just be one more version they have to add on to that. I don't know. I guess we'll see how.
I don't see enough companies like actually thinking that far ahead, if that makes sense.
True. Yeah.
I also don't really know exactly how powerful the Switch 2 is, and if it's like what it's on par with. I think the rumors was like PS4 kind of stuff, but then to be fair, I was also hearing like PS4 Pro stuff. So who knows at the moment? I know there's been leaks of like what chips are in there, but that doesn't exactly say how powerful it is. We have to kind of see it in action. So there's a lot of questions still up in the air.
Yeah. Jacko304 writes, what Pokemon would you let babysit your kid? It
would have to be like a humanoid one, right?
Yeah, like Gardevoir immediately came to mind. Maybe Lucario.
Like Mr. Mime comes to mind for me.
No, Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime, I feel like would traumatize.
Mr. Mime shouldn't be within like any child ever at all. Mr.
Like he has
Mime's
like
creepy.
20 meters away from a school.
Yeah, he's no good. You can see it.
Oh,
in his
Chansey
face.
in the chat. That's a good one.
Chansey's an excellent choice. Yeah.
That's probably the choice. Honestly, that's good.
Well, yeah, because that's like the medical one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the nursery Pokemon basically.
Yeah. I feel like it would need. I just feel like it would be better if it had thumbs.
Everything's better with thumbs. Yeah, that's true.
It would.
I think you're right. It has to be a Pokemon that can actually like call 911 if something happens.
Yeah, exactly. Called the Chansey to help.
And then the Chansey shows up and it's like, why weren't you here to begin with? To be fair, I don't believe Chansey has thumbs.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Or do you just get like a sentient one like Mewtwo?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's, you know what I mean?
I just want to get a legendary Pokemon to take care of my kid.
Yeah. Just because it's cool.
Just make my life a lot easier if I just got like an ancient dog.
Yeah, I was trying to think, is there a legendary one that is like humanoid based, but they're all like birds or dogs or
yeah, no, they tend to all be beasts.
Circles. I just want Missigno. Can I just have the glitch Pokemon?
That's my choice. Clearly.
And then duplicate my kid or whatever.
What about
yes,
Ditto?
the child duplication glitch.
Ditto just turns into like you or something.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I still think Mr. Mime could do it. I mean, he's dating Ash's mom. And I mean, so he must be capable of some stuff. And then he evolves into Mr. Rhyme. That dude is definitely on a list somewhere. Holy smokes. I don't want that dude near my kid.
Yeah, I think Kendrick Lamar released a track about that guy.
That's right. Yeah, he did. You're right. All right. Yeah. Is it me again?
I just went, so I don't know who's after me.
Oh, it should be me then.
Okay.
Lineback writes in and says, "Remember Poker Night of the Inventory?" Oh no, not this question again.
Oh no.
This came up on stream the other day. Well, if you do, which characters from which media or franchises would you want as its players and the dealer if they made a new one?
Oh, okay.
This came up recently for you?
This was on stream like the other day.
Okay. I know we've had this question like years and years ago, but what did you say on stream?
I think I just picked characters I just really enjoyed. So like Dante, Deadpool, like just all snarky characters which have a great time.
I think in reality, it would probably end up being like Claptrap, Rick,
and Minecraft Steve or something.
Maybe Minecraft Steve, or just like Jack Black.
Ugh.
Like, unfortunately, disgusting. I bet like it would be Jack Black, like an FMV Jack Black, but then it would also be Claptrap voiced by Jack Black.
Yeah,
so it would be kind of hard.
Every
to tell
character Jack Black has done in the last like 10 years.
Can you just get the Jack Black party pack?
Yeah,
and yeah.
Among Us character would definitely be one of them, 100%.
Okay, do they vocalize things?
I mean, they got a cartoon coming out that's got like really good talent.
Like Elijah Wood is one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet Jack Black's probably one of them too, isn't he?
Ugh. Yeah, probably.
I ain't paying that attention to it.
Yeah.
Characters from which media and friend? Oh yeah, I guess it wouldn't just have to be games, huh?
No, it could be movies.
Like I
bet
Indiana
Jones.
Would be there.
Yeah, like Pickle Rick would be probably like something in there too. Like Rick in general.
Well, I bet there'd be like a joke about Pickle Rick, but I bet it would just kind of be generic Rick, so they could reference all of it. You know what I mean?
He would like turn into a pickle or something at some point.
At some point he would.
I heard this was the funniest shit you ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Some bit like that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anyone I would like actually want, as opposed to just like who, unfortunately, it would probably be.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, because like no, I don't want any of those characters. I don't want to hang out and play poker with any of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's been like Cookie Masterson.
Oh, there we go. Now
That's
we're talking.
Good.
Maybe he's like the dealer.
For
so
sure.
that I get to hear a lot.
You know
of,
what? Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
totally. That's
would
a good one.
Awesome. I'm just trying to think of like characters I've been hanging out with. Okay,
you've been hanging out with Cookie Masterson.
just me and Cookie Masterson. We're playing blackjack. That's it. It's Garrus, whoever that guy is. Any of his characters, that voice actor, either the fish dude from Avowed or Garrus.
Okay.
That would be cool. Actually, you know what? No, hang on. I'm gonna do the fish dude from Avowed because I want that voice actor. But then I want like Morden from Mass Effect as a character there.
Why would you remind me of Morden? Because I can only think of what happens. I can't. It's so sad.
Oh, people are right. Hatsune Miku would be one of the ones. That's not the one of the, I wouldn't want Hatsune Miku, but Hatsune Miku would be one of the ones. And like the Fortnite banana or something would probably be there, right?
Peely.
Or does it have a name? Peely?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, Peely.
Great. Cool. Okay.
Mm.
That's all I got.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of like mascots or things I can think of. Astro Bot be kind of cool. I'd hang out with that dude for a
I
bit.
thought about Astro Bot, but Astro Bot doesn't really have like a personality.
Well, he has eyes that can change into different stuff, which would be fun. As a visual.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, at that point, I'd be like, yeah, give me Daft Punk. I want Daft Punk as one
that
of
would
the
be
characters.
sick.
Okay.
Because then you could use their music.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Again, though, like they're not going to be talking to you, and that's like half the fun of.
Yeah, but
the
then
game.
my point is, you get like the masks that will light up and say and like show emotions and stuff.
Yeah. You could put Sonic in there. That's true. He talks.
Yeah, I wouldn't want.
I would
that,
not want
but
to play
yeah.
poker with Sonic. I feel like he would be annoying on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so would most of these characters.
I mean, sure.
That's the thing is you need like a chill one. I'm trying to think who was in the other ones. Was the wolf from the Wolf Among Us in one of them, or am I making that up?
No, unless they did a third one.
Like Bigsby. Okay, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah, okay. He eventually will have a game coming out. Another one.
Someday.
They say that they do keep saying that. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's it for questions.
Yeah.
Oh, someone says Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage would be great. That would be a good
Johnny
one.
Cage would be fun.
That would be a very good one for sure. And it's the right kind of like high energy, but also not super annoying like a Claptrap would be. So Johnny Cage would be a good one. Thank you. All right, that's it for questions. If you want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. And what are your guys' games of the week?
I guess
Ender
Hatch
Lilies.
Tales.
Yeah.
And mine's going to be Avowed.
Nice.
Thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back next week. See you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.